Minders, welcome back to our channel. Today I've invited Clifford from my swimming club to join us, and we're going to talk about nutrition and diet.
Hey guys, what's up? Hope you guys are all staying safe. How is everybody? Today we'll be talking about nutrition and the diet. So I'll go first.
Yep.
The diet is a very important key factor in swimming, alongside with your mindset and your performance practices. Lots of people aren't regarding the diets as an important key factor because they think it's too much of a hassle. They're saying, oh, it's too expensive, I can't access all those important ingredients in my life. But actually, to have a good and stable diet is actually very, very cheap and very effective. So let's talk about carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates are sugars, starches, and fibers found in fruits, grains, vegetables, and milk products. Now, for the science buffs out there, carbohydrates are a molecule consisting of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, usually with a hydrogen-oxygen atom ratio of 2:1. That makes carbohydrates a short-term supply, meaning they are used up quickly but effectively. Carbs include rice, pasta, wholemeal bread, and wheat. Now, carbohydrates can be consumed abundantly, preferably based on our ages, around 13 to 15 years of age, 1.5 cups of rice, which is around 250 calories. In terms of calorie intake, that is very controversial, but energy-wise, the body would need it. Now, Alyssa, how much rice do you consume a day?
So I've been cutting off carbo for some time because I started a keto diet. So basically I cut all carbo.
So it's a low-carb diet, low-fat diet, and then you have a very minimal calorie intake. Is that right?
Basically a low carb, high fat, and medium protein intake diet. So like it switched the form of burning energy into burning fat. So because you don't have carbs for it to burn.
Now, I've heard that keto diet, the people that follow a keto diet, they actually avoid gluten. Is that true?
Haven't been reading a lot about that, but there's actually this thing people ask that can they actually eat any carb on a keto diet? So actually people can eat it, but you only can eat a small amount, so which is between 20 to 50 carbs per day.
20 to 50 carbs. That is a relatively low intake.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, the reason why I believe keto diet is very controversial is because as athletes, we all know that carbohydrates is what gives us the energy to perform in our practices, in our competitions. Yeah. But then somehow people that follow keto diet, take you for an example, manage to stay in a very fit shape, and yet you could do really well in your practices. How do you do that? What kind of keto diet do you follow? Like, can you give us a summary of your food?
So basically, I have more protein intake. So for breakfast, I usually have more eggs, bacon, and yogurt. And I also have those bars, so like chocolate bars or yogurt bars, protein bars throughout the day. And then sometimes I have the wraps with ham and cheese. So that's a little of carb intake, basically for lunch.
Those are delicious.
Yeah. So before training, I have the carb intake, and after that at night, I think not really much carbo, but sometimes I still eat them because now we're getting back into the pool, so I'm burning more calories, so I have to up the intake of carbo.
Of course. Yeah. Now I heard you mention a lot about protein. Now allow me to touch on protein. Now protein, also known as meat, eggs, lentil, and beans, and actually proteins help repair and grow our muscle tissues. So take lifting weights as an example. When you lift weights, your body actually rips microscopic muscle tissues. And when these microscopic tissues tear, this actually helps enlarge the muscle So say you do a isometric weight training, which is you hold the weight for a prolonged period of time, you drop it, and then you do it again. That actually rips their muscle tissues, and then your body has to produce more of that chemical to fix up the muscle tissues. Now, in order for that to happen, we have to supply our body with a lot of protein. I think you know this, but bodybuilders actually go for chicken breast and beef. This is because they are over lean protein and they don't contain a lot of fat. And chicken is also a really good source of vitamin B, D, calcium, iron, and zinc, with some vitamin A and C. For vegetarians or vegans, lentils and beans are great, and they're equally adequate in protein. Do you consume a lot of beans and lentils?
Not really, but I do eat chicken breast or chicken legs. So like
Sometimes I find chicken breast as very dry, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I bake them with cheese and bacon, so that's not as dry.
that's very creative because lots of people find following diets very hard because they're like, oh, it's so boring. We're just eating chicken breast every single day. Salt and pepper, garlic is getting into me. So yeah, that's a very good way of consuming all of your protein.
So speaking of the muscle, so like after workouts, I heard a saying that if you drink chocolate milk after workouts, there's this like experiment. One group of people drink chocolate milk after workouts and another group don't. And
Yes,
over a period of time, they have more gains than those who don't drink it. So what do you think about this?
chocolate milk. Now, I don't really drink that much because chocolate milk is actually very high in sugar.
Yeah.
And if you want to stay fit and healthy, you know that you can't really consume that much of glucose that is artificially produced because often those we call in Hong Kong white ta lai, those
Soy.
Vita brand chocolate milks. Those are very high in sugar, and the sugar is not like natural sugars like fruits and vegetables. So I think I don't know. I haven't heard of drinking chocolate milk can increase muscle size, but I've heard that drinking milk with whey protein increases muscle size because whey protein acts as a supplement to increase your muscular size. Yes.
So do you think protein supplements are good or is there
Yes,
any
yes,
side effects?
they are very, very good. If you don't have access to a lot of meats, lentils, and beans, you can actually. This is not a brand deal or anything, but myprotein.com provides a lot, such as isolated whey protein, which is the whey protein removed from the actual source. So you have that very fine grated protein that you can put in your cookies, your shakes, your milk, and everything, and that increases muscular size. Yes, that is very, very good.
Okay, cool. We're gonna include the link in the description below, so check it down
Yes.
there.
My protein, please sponsor Swim Grinders. Okay, I heard you talk about yogurt. Yogurt actually contains a lot of lipids, or in simpler means, fats. Um, Now, lipids are very controversial. Some people eat a lot of fats and some people eat very little. Now, to be frank, lipids are actually very beneficial. Do you know why?
Not really.
Okay, they act as a long-term energy supply. Now, your body needs energy to do everything from running to taking a shower. Your body needs energy. Now, carbohydrates, like I said before, is a short-term energy supply. So you use that up very quickly, but very effectively. But lipids, you can exercise, you can work for a prolonged period of time by just eating minimal amounts of lipid. Now, an avocado would be great. Without getting into other functions relating cell membranes, lipids provide the body with a lot of energy. So take an avocado for an example. One avocado has 160 calories, and you can make it however you want, such as a dip or a shake. So you can put in your salads, you can put in your cooked meals and everything. and that acts as your daily lipid intake. Yes.
So is that like replacing carbohydrates?
Now, lipids and carbohydrates, no, because carbohydrates actually contain much more energy than lipids. As I said before, it's a short-term energy supply. So, and it is much more healthier as it contains fibers and vitamins and all of that stuff. So if you are following a keto diet, obviously you would get rid of the fat. But if you're just a normal person, you want to eat balanced, carbohydrates should be your staple food. Staple food means the food that you eat most abundantly and the most popular food. So carbohydrates, then vegetables, then protein, and lipids is at the top. So you should eat a minimal amount of lipids. Yes, carbohydrates cannot replace lipids. Okay. Just now I talked about fiber. Now, fiber can also be found in vegetables and fruits. Yes, vegetables and fruits are hated by the public mostly because our parents are always like, oh, you have to eat more vegetables or else you can't go to the toilet.
Yeah.
But have you ever thought about why our parents are always forcing us? This is because, firstly, the fiber helps with our excretion. It helps us release feces from our body, which is toxic. If you avoid fiber, you'll be constipated. That's not good. And vegetables and fruits are packed with vitamins and minerals, and those keep our immune system healthy. Now let's talk about you, Alyssa. You swim how many days a week?
6 days a week.
That's a lot. Now, our immune system needs to be strong as we are often exposed to the cold and prolonged exposure to water. So most of the time, swimmers are half naked or in a swimsuit in the pool training for 2 hours or more a day. I have no idea. But that cold and that amount of energy needs to be supplemented by all of the vitamins and minerals, or else we would get sick really, really easily. You can, if you don't have that much access to vegetables and fruits, supplements are also really good for that. Now I know that like I've been over the board with supplements, but supplements are actually always recommended from health professionals and physicians because they help rebalance the immune system. People eat a lot of McDonald's, KFC, but they don't eat a lot of vitamins and fiber and minerals. So the supplements you can take, in my opinion, is vitamin C supplements, vitamin C tablets, and vitamin D tablets. Now, vitamin C helps prevent scurvy. Now, scurvy, I don't know if you learned about this in your biology class, but scurvy actually used to affect pirates because pirates didn't have access to all of those fresh fruit and vegetables, and all they ate was canned fish, canned meat, biscuits, and cheese, so they didn't have that vitamins and minerals. Alyssa, will you mind enabling share screen, please?
All right.
Now, vitamin C tablets. You can have chewable tablets. You can have tablets that are soluble in water. When I mean soluble in water, as soon as you put it into water, they will react to form fizzing, which means there is gas produced, and that can be used as a drink, and that is really good from my own experience. It kind of tastes like lemon juice or orange juice. But these are chewable tablets. Those chewable tablets are more effective as none of that vitamin C is lost in the process of the reactivity. So do you take any vitamin supplements or anything like that?
Yeah, I have those that we add into the water.
Yes. Now, since we are currently in the coronavirus pandemic, vitamin C is actually proven to help prevent coronavirus as it boosts your immune system, and that produces more white blood cells to prevent the virus from invading our body. Yes, so that works really well.
Yeah, so I see you talked about staying hydrated and mentioning
Yes.
about those hydration pills. So can you talk a
Yes.
bit about that?
Sure. Um, Now, I witnessed Alyssa drink a lot of water, and when I mean a lot, I mean actually a lot of water. Now, the average person should consume 2 liters of water a day in liquid form, and after that, the body would start to bloat. Bloating is when any extra water is being held in the body. That is being referred as water weight. So, if you want to increase your weight, you would drink a lot of water. And when water builds up in the body, it can cause bloating or puffiness. So you sort of look like a puffer fish in the abdomen, the legs, and the arms. And water levels can make a person's weight fluctuate, which means increase, by as much as 2 to 4 pounds in a single day. And from my personal experience, that is not good because we are a swimmer. We do a lot of exercise, and that will make exercise really uncomfortable if you are so full of water. So,
Yeah, I
so
remember drinking a bubble tea, boba drink before swimming.
yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, drinking bubble tea before swimming actually increases your chances of having bowel movement that is very unstable because after you consume lactose, which is milk, you will be working out a lot, and then your stomach will be moving a lot, and that will cause more water to enter the body, and that will mix up with the water leading up to diarrhea. So
Okay.
that's not good.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to drink a lot of water, there are hydration pills. Sounds very, very fancy, but actually isn't. It is a replacement for water. You may be asking, how is that possible? Now, hydration pills, they are a sort of pills that are similar to vitamin C tablets, and they are also called electrolyte. So electrolyte can be found in drinks such as Pocari Sweat, Gatorade, Lucozade, just to name a few of your favorite energy drinks. And this is effective in replacing lost liquids. So your body is dehydrated and is unable to absorb any water you drink. Therefore, the electrolyte tablets is the most effective way to rebalance your hydration levels by replacing both fluids and electrolytes in your blood. Um, Not a brand deal again, but Adam Peaty, he is sponsored by Sport in Science, and Sport in Science, aka SIS, provides a lot of hydration pills and vitamins to keep us healthy. And for just a tube of hydration pills, you have to pay £7, which is approximately 49 Hong Kong dollars. And all you have to do is you throw it into a protein shake, or you throw it into your whatever you're drinking, your orange juice, your lemon juice. Uh, Hydration pills are not to be taken by as chewable tablets because they just don't work like that. You have to put it into a liquid form.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll also include the link below, so you can go check it out.
Yeah. Okay. And especially in these unprecedented times, vitamin D is also proven to help prevent coronavirus, and all of that. Now, let me give you an exact definition. Vitamin D helps regulate the amount of calcium and phosphate in the body. Calcium can be found in milk, eggs, drinks such as your pickle or something like that. And these nutrients are needed to keep the bones, teeth, and muscles healthy. And it also helps regulate your immune system. Um, I've heard that if you have a lack in vitamin D, you will face this disease called osteoporosis. Now, bones have a lot of holes in them.
Yeah.
I can show you a picture. Maybe you've learned about this before. Okay, for those that are scared of holes, look away. But here you go. So this is what a healthy bone looks like. A healthy bone has very narrow holes and a very minimal amount of holes. Meanwhile, if you consume very little vitamin D and calcium, your bones would look a bit like this. This is called osteoporosis, and as you can see, the bones are the holes in the bones are less narrow, the bones are larger, and the amount of bones fluctuate. The amount of holes in the bones fluctuate. So, do you mind me asking how much calcium you consume a day?
Speaking of calcium, I think it's mostly in the cheese and
Yes, and yogurt, right? Yeah. So I think I will also give a few links to Alyssa to put down into the bio of talking about the vitamin D and osteoporosis, and I'll give you a few links where you can buy some of your supplements. Again, I have no idea if this video is taking in any ad revenue, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah, maybe if you get ads to sponsor you. Overall, I would really recommend this diet to swimmers. High carbs, lots of lean protein, minimal amounts of fat, a lot of water, vegetables, and fruits. High
Okay.
carbs, I talked about before, you're going to be doing a lot of sports, you're going to need a lot of energy. Lots of lean protein to fix up the ripped muscle tissues. Minimal amount of fat so you don't become fat. And a lot of water for you to stay hydrated, and vegetables and fruit to keep your immune system healthy. Now, Alyssa's keto diet works for sure. It works very well. But in my opinion, I think going for high carbs and low fat works just as good.
All right.
Do you have anything else to add?
Not really. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining us today and
My
teaching
pleasure.
us so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, big shout out to Clifford at Clifford Ho.
Thank you. Clifford_Hoods, if you on Instagram.
Yeah, follow him on Instagram, and
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Swim Grinders.